What's up, YouTube? Scott Scotty Tradition back with my top 100 video for the year. Always an exciting time. Enjoy doing these videos every single year. I believe this is the fourth or fifth year that I've done this, so pretty cool. I think I started out with my top 50 the first year or two, and then went into the whole top 100 the last couple years. So today we're going to do cards number 100 through 51 on the list this year, and it's always interesting. There's some cards that have fallen off. There's new cards that I picked up throughout the year that have gone onto the list and moved some other cards down. There's a few surprises, some big movers, ups and downs on the list as well, and there are definitely some overall trends that we can take from kind of the 1 year revisit as well, that can kind of tell you a little bit more about the whole market. So it's just kind of an interesting video to do every year. So let's get into it. So the first cards I'm going to show here are cards that were in the top 100 last year and have fallen off the list completely. So these cards are no longer in the top 100. There's a couple of reasons for that. Sometimes maybe it's just a high price or estimation that happened last year, that the card had a new sale that was lower and it just fell off the threshold, or else just by very nature, if I picked up a few cards that were a little higher on the list, it's going to push other cards off the list. So it's kind of a combination of both in this case. So let's go through those cards that we're going to have to pour out a bottle for because they are no longer in the top 100. So here's the Giannis and Jabari Parker auto card, no longer on the list. One of the larger trends overall is that basketball in general is definitely down overall. I think you'll see that throughout the top 100 video. And this card, although pretty sweet card, has unfortunately been a victim to that. So it falls off the top 100. Here's the 84 USFL Reggie White rookie, one of my favorite cards of all time. Just falls off the top 100 this year. The 50 Bowman Crazy Legs Elroy Hirsch rookie card, Pro Football Hall of Fame rookie card, falls off the list this year. Got the 72 Topps Roger Staubach has fallen off the list this year as well. Here's the 55 Topps Harmon Killebrew rookie card, also fallen off the bottom of the list. Now we have a 99 Fleer Focus Donald Driver rookie. Really love this card. This is only pop of 2. Just fallen off the list as well. Again, a lot of these had nothing to do with the card. It's just that the threshold to make the list just became a little bit higher. We have the 86 Topps Jerry Rice rookie in an 8.5 that just fell off the list. Got the 49 Bowman Roy Campanella that fell off the list. Here's the 2018 Optic Rogers Downtown in a PSA 10. Still a sweet card, but has fallen off the list. Not sure if that has a little something to do with Rogers just not playing this year either. That never helps. Here is a 77 Topps Jim Gantner rookie. This one just fell off the list as well. Card that doesn't sell a whole lot, but did make the list last year. And the biggest faller off the list was this card, the 58 Topps Batting Foes Aaron and Mantle, which is really a sweet card. But this card was all the way up to number 72 on the list last year, and this year does not crack the top 100. So don't have a good explanation for that, other than maybe it was estimated a little high last year, and maybe the price has just come down a little bit on cards like these. But no longer on the list. The biggest dropper off the list was this card here. All right, so let's get into the actual top 100 now. And we'll kind of go through those. I'll kind of go through a little bit of pricing stuff just so you guys can tell where stuff is at. And I'll just kind of move through it. So here's the first card on the list, the 1972 Topps John Brockington rookie for the Packers in a Gem Mint 10. Real tough card. I think this is only about pop 5. It's kind of been at that for a long time. And this comes in at about $600, down about 8 spots from last year on the list. It's technically card number 101, just because I had a bunch of cards tied around the same price point. Card number 100 is this one, 68 Topps Carroll Bale. This is his first year in a Packers uniform, Mint 9. This card's a pop of 4 with none graded higher, and comes in at about that same price, that $600 price point. I think that's about where that card was last year too. That is one of those cards that just does not come up for sale much. So like it's like until throughout the video, you'll see the trends are that vintage football is generally doing pretty well, especially the high grade stuff. But like sales like on Carroll Dale, it's only a pop 4 card, so they just don't happen. So it could be a $600 card, could be a $1,000 card, could be less. There's really no way to tell. You just kind of have to guess by looking at the broader picture of similar cards that sell. And right now I'm kind of keeping it at that $600 point. Here is number 99 on the list, the 55 Bowman Jim Ringo rookie. This is a Pro Football Hall of Famer. A tough card to find in high grade. This one is around that $600 mark as well. Down about 15 spots from last year. And just backtracking a little bit, the Carroll Dale that I just mentioned is actually down 10 spots from last year as well. So first 3 cards I've shown are actually down from last year. Next on the list, here's a Bowman Large Fred Cohn rookie at a PSA 8.5. Certainly a great card. This one is down about 4 spots from last year. I have that one in that $600 range as well. That was number 98 on the list. Number 97 would be its counterpart, the Fred Cohn Bowman Small rookie in a mint 9. I think this is pop 3 or 4, something like that, with none higher. So I have that one around that same price point at $600. All right, and then moving down the list, number 95 on the list. Here's a card from the Green Bay Great set. This is a very low numbered card, 5 out of 5, and it's a set that's become pretty popular again. I put this set together back in 2014, and I'm glad I did, because it's become pretty popular again. The prices have shot up on some of these cards. This is just a great product from National Treasures. You can look at the back. The case is a little scratched up, but yeah, this is just a beautiful product. And I've got this far of around that $600 range. This is new to the list this year. Was not on the list last year. About 90, are we at 95 now? 95 on the list. The 95 Skybox Essential Credentials Reggie White in a PSA 9. Just a beautiful looking card. Of course, these are numbered out of 100. And got this one kind of around that $600 range as well. I do have it down 8 spots on the list from last year. Number 94 on the list, got the 72 Topps Jim Slayton rookie for the Brewers and a Gem Mint 10. One of these just sold within the last couple weeks, so got a pretty good price point on this. Got it estimated at $630, and this is new to the list from last year. All right, next on the list here, number 93. Got the Thurman Munson. This would be from the 71 Topps Greatest Moments set. Very tough card, and beautiful looking card, of course, too. This one I've got at a price point of about $650 and down 14 spots from last year on the list. But just a real beautiful card. One of the top 250 cards in the hobby right here, so that's why I have it in the collection. Put that back there. Let's see here. Number 92 on the list. Here's a card I just picked up at the National. This is that Lake to Lake Ray Nitschke card, which I absolutely love. Got this one as an estimate of about $675. Again, new to the list this year, and just a beautiful card. Happy to have it. And rounding out the bottom 10 here would be this one, the 69 Topps Super Reggie Jackson. Beautiful card here. There's that little mark that's actually on the inside of the Perfect Fit sleeve. That's not on the card itself, but it is graded a 6. I've got this card at about $685 for an estimate, down about 16 spots from last year. So you're kind of seeing a lot of cards that are down from last year so far, so that's kind of interesting. beautiful card to have in the collection. That's number 91 on the list. So that is the first stack there. And we're going to move some of these out of the way before we get into the next stack here. All right, so next on the list, number 90. This is the 52 Bowman Large Gene Ronzani for the Green Bay Packers. This card's a very tough short print, and because of where it was located on the sheet, you hardly ever find this card centered. I did make a video on this earlier this year, and was very fortunate enough to pick one of these up this year to add to the collection. Just awesome. I had this estimated about $700, and it is new to the list this year at number 90. Number 89, got the 61 Topps Boyd Dowler rookie card. There are none graded higher, and he was a great Packers wide receiver in the 60s. Have this one around that 700 range as well. Down 11 spots from last year on the list. All right, next up, new to the list this year, another one of those Green Bay Greats cards. This is that Charles Woodson. Again, only numbered out of 5, so very tough to find, from a really cool set put out by National Treasures in 2014. I've got this one estimated at about $700. It is new to the list. There was actually a sale that was around $1,000 on this card. I mean, I don't know if I'd put this up if it would actually go for that, but I tried to find a happy medium estimate for a price. So I've got it at $700. That was number 88. 87 on the list. Card I picked up at the National this year was the 54 Topps Jackie Robinson, and it's just a beautiful looking PSA 4. Got a price estimate on this one of about $700. Beautiful card, new to the list this year. 86 on the list would be the 57 Topps Ted Williams card number 1 in the grade of a 6 here. Got this one around that 700 range as well. Down 3 spots on the list from last year. All right, we got some football coming up next. This is a 2003 Fabric of the Game Bart Starr auto card. These cards are beautiful. Hardly ever see them come up for sale. You can see a little bit of a chunky patch there with the stitching, and these are only numbered out of the player's number, so only out of 15. Haven't been a sale of these for one of these for a long time, but again, I got it around that $700 range, but I would put an up arrow on that one because I truly think that if this one of these would sell, it would sell for more than that, just because they never come up. Down 8 spots on the list from last year, and beautiful card right there. All right, 84 on the list here coming up. How about some 66 Philadelphia action, Don Chandler. It's a great card right here. Only a pop of like 4, I want to say, none graded higher. And what do I have this one at? I've got it listed at about $725, down 4 spots from the year prior. High grade vintage football has held pretty strong. And then here's the last of the Green Bay Greats cards that I had on the list. This is the Aaron Rodgers. This one's numbered out of 10. And I've got this one estimated at about $750 for a price, and it is up 8 spots from last year. So I did have this card on the list last year, but it's actually moving up as that set becomes a little more popular with collectors. All right, now we've got card number 82 on the list right here, the 63 Topps Ray Nitschke auto. Don't see a ton of these come up for sale. Again, a hard one to track for pricing because they just don't sell a whole lot. There's 1 or 2 for sale right now, but they're at like really high buy it now. So my best estimate on this one is about $750, up 7 spots from last year on the list. But wouldn't be surprised if it actually would sell for more than that. And then this one here, number 81, the 48 Bowman Ted Fritsch Sr. rookie card in the grade of an 8. Beautiful card here. There was an 8.5 that I was actually tracking, was bidding on, and it sold for I think $3,000 or $4,000 or more. So, and this is an 8. I've got it listed at 750, up 20 spots from last year on the list. So you just don't see these come up for sale. And with that 8.5 sale, that's probably why it's up so many spots on this year's list. Have an estimate at, again, about 750 on this card, up 20 spots from last year. All right, so that is my second group of 10 right there. Get these out of the way and move to another pile. All right. Let's go to card number 80 on the list. That would be this big bad boy here. Don Hutson 35 Wheaties card. I picked this up about 1.5 years ago and was so glad to add it to the collection. I've got this one down 10 spots though from last year. I got it at about $750 for a price point. Just a wonderful card to have in the PC. And then moving down, number 79, got the 58 Topps Ron Kramer on the list. Got this one estimated about $750, down 5 spots from last year. Now there was a sale of this card back in January of like $1,500 or some crazy amount, but I don't know if this card would sell for that much if it came up for sale. I'm not sure. That might have been 2 bidders clawing away at that one. It just seems a little high to me, so I'm gonna just have a conservative estimate of $750 on it until I see another sale. And again, down 5 spots on the list from last year. 78 on the list. We got the 61 Topps Jim Taylor rookie card. One of my favorite cards of his. First year in a Packers uniform, and none graded higher. I want to say the pop's around 25 or 26. Estimate of about $750, down 4 spots on the list from last year. Next on the list, we've got the 2013 Prism Giannis rookie in the grade of a 10. This is an example of a basketball card that has dropped. I've got the estimate of about $775 on this card, and it's down 26 spots from last year. So one of the biggest movers down has been this card. And that's just a broader take on basketball as a whole. It's all fallen. Probably would be a decent price point to get in on some of these cards, especially like the Giannis rookie, because the pops were not super high in 2013. It's not like it is on more modern day Prism cards. So big drop for Giannis. Got it at $775 right now, down 26 spots from last year. Great looking card though, one that I'm happy to have in the PC. That was number 77. So number 76. Of course, we got the Pee Wee Reese, one of my favorite baseball cards of all time, right here in the grade of a 5. Price estimate of about $800, down 12 spots on the list from last year. All right, next on the list, we've got the 54 Topps Ted Williams, card number 1. Beautiful example for a 5. And this card here, got it at around $800 for an estimate, up 7 spots on the list from last year. Just a wonderful card. Next on the list, we've got the 1909 Sweet Cap Rube Waddell and a 3.5 SGC. I think I picked this up just after I made my countdown last year. So he's actually new to the list this year, and I've got it in that $800 range. Don't think I've showed this card a whole ton since I bought it, but this is just I think a really nice example of Rube. So very cool there. All right, moving on here. Got the 2017 Prism Pat Mahomes rookie in a 9. Beautiful card right there, and a card all football collectors I think should have. It is down 4 spots from last year. Got it at about $825 for a price point. By the way, the Rube before that I had at about $800. This one's about $825. Has dropped in recent years, but only down 4 spots from last year on the list, so not too bad. Let's see here. 72. We're up to 72 on the list now. Here's that Packers quad patch from 2017 Panini Pantheon. All game use patches. Got 4 Packer greats right there. This card's numbered only 1 out of 2. See right there, very low numbered. Do not see these come up a whole lot. The price is kind of a guess. Got it at about $8.50, down 4 spots, but to someone who really wanted it, I think it would actually have the potential to sell for a little bit more than that. All right, and down to 71 here. Here's the other Ted Williams, the 54 Topps, number 250. And here's one I picked up at the National this year. So it is new to the list, and I got it in that $8.75 range for a price point. Again, number 71 on the list. Beautiful card right there. All right, so that would be that group of 10. Only 2 more groups of 10 to go for this part of the countdown. Move some of these off to the side. All right. So the next group of 10, we'll start out with some vintage football. How about the number 1952 Bowman Small Bobby Dillon rookie card in the grade of a 7? One that doesn't come up that often. Bobby Dillon is a Pro Football Hall of Famer. This card I have around that $900 range, up 6 spots on the list from last year. So this is number 70 on the countdown. Let's go to number 69. Here's a Chickle I just showed in my last video, the 1935 Ernie Smith rookie card. This is one of the short prints, and in the grade of a 4.5, which is actually really nice for this card. This one presents very nicely. Have this one at about a $900 estimate, down about 3 spots from last year on the list. Here's a very nicely centered Terry Bradshaw rookie in the grade of a 7, a real tough card. Number 68 on the list this time around. Estimate about $950, down 1 spot from last year. So that card stayed pretty much the same. Here is an awesome Jim Thorpe game used patch card from Fabric of the Game. You can see this one's only numbered out of 15, so very low numbered. The patch on there is just amazing. 67 on the list this year. Have the estimate at about $1,000, down 4 spots from last year on the list. Now, there's a beautiful PSA 5 Otto Graham rookie card, number 66 on the list. Again, I have this in that $1,000 range, down about 5 spots from last year. This one presents very nicely for the grade. $65 on the list. Here's a Bobby Dillon autograph card. He's passed away recently, I guess within the last couple of years, so won't be signing any more of these. He's one of these guys that made the Hall of Fame late, so there wasn't a lot of people looking for his signature because he wasn't in the Hall of Fame, and then all of a sudden he passed away, and then he made it in the Hall of Fame. So was real happy to have this auto of his. It does hold a bit of value. Got this in that $1,000 range, down about 3 spots from last year on the list. Next up, here's a classic iconic card, the 76 Topps Walter Payton rookie card. This one's in the grade of a PSA 8. Again, have this in the $1,000 range, down 8 spots on the list from last year. This card's dropped $100 or $200 throughout the year, but great card to have. Here's a gentleman who passed away earlier this year, the 58 Topps Jim Brown rookie card, a very nice looking PSA 3. Have this one in that $1,000 range. This one is one of the biggest droppers, actually, down 26 spots on the list. So it's like he passed away, there might have been a little spike, and then his card kind of dropped. It's kind of weird to watch that happen. But beautifully centered example, a card I would recommend everybody add to their collection. Just one of those great cards. All right, moving on down here. 72 on the list. Actually, we're at 62, excuse me. This is the 2018 Cornerstones, Giannis. You can see the foil kind of glisten there. This is in the grade of a 10. I got this one at about $1,050, down 21 spots on the list from last year. Again, basketball has dropped, so this kind of falls into that category. And down to 61, Here's a beautiful 39 play ball DiMaggio and an SGC1. Have this card here in that $1,100 range and down 3 spots on the list from last year. All right, so that was the second to last group of 10. Move these off to the side and we'll get into the final 10 cards of the first part of the countdown here. All right. So number 60 on the list. The 2005 Topps Chrome Aaron Rodgers rookie in the Gem Mint 10. This card was the biggest dropper on the list. I have that estimate at about $1,100. It's down 44 spots from last year alone, which is just wild. It probably has something to do with Rodgers getting traded, but more importantly, probably not playing. And you're seeing semi-modern cards and modern cards like this take a big dip. I feel like vintage has held a little more strong, especially the high-grade stuff. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers down 44 spots from last year, the highest dropper on our list today. Let's get into number, let's see here, number 59 on the list. 62 Topps Rookie Parade Catchers, Bob Uecker, PSA 8. So this card I have about $1,100 range as well, down 12 spots on the list from last year. All right, number 58, the T206 Tris Speaker. This was my 2019, I believe, national pickup. And a 2.5, real nice card, $1,100 price estimate, up 1 spot on the list from last year. But just a sweet card. Definitely a card that holds some sentimental value to me. Number 57 on the list, got the Al Kaline rookie in the grade of a 5, and I mean, this Kaline rookie is spectacular for a 5. I just love this card. I have this estimated at about $1,150, up 8 spots on the list from last year. All right, go on to 56 here. For 56, we have a 57, Topps Johnny Unitas in the grade of a PSA 6. So this card here I have in that $1,200 range, up 1 spot on the list from last year. Kind of an all-time Hall of Fame great player and card. Getting down towards the end of the countdown here with the 59 Topps Bob Gibson Pepto-Bismol card in the grade of a 6. Beautiful example here. $1,200 for the estimate and down 1 spot on the list from last year. So pretty stationary overall. All right, here's the 52 Bowman Large Bobby Dillon rookie card. And these Bowman Large cards are beautiful, and they've gotten a little more popular lately. So this Bobby Dillon, I have an estimate of about $1,250. It's down 4 spots on the list from last year, but a card that's awesome to have in the PC. Don't see a ton of those come up for sale that often. Only 3 more cards to go here. Here's the 1955 Topps Sandy Koufax. Very beautiful example for the grade as well. So this guy here I have estimated at about $1,250, down 14 spots on the list from last year. I think I had it estimated just a little higher last year. Some of this mid-grade vintage baseball in that area has dropped as well since last year, but beautiful looking card for sure. All right, card number 52 on the list, the T206 Christy Mathewson Portrait Rookie card. Just a beautiful example there in a 1.5. Love the coloring on this card. Estimate is about $1,250, down 10 spots on the list from last year. All right, and let's finish up here. Number 51 on the list with a 1959 Topps Jim Taylor. This is a Pro Football Hall of Fame rookie card right here. There are none graded higher. I think the pop's around 20 or 25, something like that. Estimate about $1,300, down 2 spots on the list from last year. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching the first part of the countdown. Stay tuned. The cards number 50 through number 1 part of the countdown will follow kind of shortly after this video, whenever I get a moment to make the video. But thank you for sticking with me and following along these countdowns. They're always fun to see what's gone up, what's gone down, and what's new to the list, what's fallen off the list. Always interesting every year. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed maybe seeing some cards you don't get to see every day. My collection is definitely a mixture of things. Primarily some high-grade Packers stuff, a lot of vintage stuff mixed with some other vintage cards as well. So hope you all enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching.